Egypt, home of great mysteries and wonders, like the ancient pyramid of Giza, and stories of godlike titans and mysterious pharaohs and mummies. But now, the mysteries deepen with new phenomenon that stretches the very fabric of our imaginations.
Just yesterday, a spaceship was seen flying over the Great Pyramid of Giza, and at the same time their stones were hovering over the same trajectory, with top-secret reports that ancient artifacts were hidden inside.
Ancient artifacts hidden inside floating stones? What exactly are these objects, and what is their purpose?
Many of these sacred texts and ancient carvings depict these aliens with objects in their hands, and with them ascending into the skies.
Can some of these ancient texts and carved messages point towards the purpose of the phenomenon we are witnessing today?
The ancient action figure theory suggests that there was a queue system, a waitlist, and a secondary market going back tens of thousands of years ago. So you don't have to ask yourself, are these aliens coming back to our time to get on the waitlist, take our Hot Toys, and bring them back to their home worlds?
Are aliens visiting our planet for our Hot Toys? And if so, who will get them first? Us or them? So I do think you have to ask yourself, is there a Hot Toys alien invasion? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Some breaking news within this episode of the Aries Tarrington Show. You can see that this Batman 2.0, the Collector Edition, has hit the waitlist, and this Jack Sparrow Collector Edition has a low stock remaining warning. We already know the Artisan version has long been waitlisted, and Captain Enoch has this almost sold out warning on there. Listen, I'm going to break down all of this waitlist stuff, baby, within this show, so stay tuned for that for sure. Some breaking secondary market news. You could see with this outstanding eBay seller, this is completely sold out. And with the last price being at $1,280, it is out of stock. Is this going to happen with the Mandalorian exclusive Obi-Wan Kenobi? Limited to 2,000 pieces. Look, we just saw this Gal Gadot sell for $850 last week on here. We're going to break this down within this episode also for sure. And other breaking news, we just got this new exclusive Iron Man. Yes, another Iron Man from Hot Toys. This one exclusive to 3,000 pieces from, his Mark III suit. And I will tell you, this is an absolute beauty. You can look at it up here on the screen. And look, I like these Christian Bale Batmans, Spider-Mans. These Iron Mans are going to keep coming out. It seems like we at least get one a month. But what have I been saying? More and more announcements, but less production of these announcements. And that's exactly what we have here talking about in this show. today. And of course, we also got this exclusive to 1,500 pieces with the new Hano line, the budget line, Wolverine. And yes, even with the budget entry grade pieces, we're still going to be getting limited runs. Again, more and more announcements, but less production of these announcements. Let me know what you think about these in the comments section. And listen, baby, could we be getting a Grievous? Listen, how many of us actually really thought that we would actually get the Emperor from Revenge of the Sith in 2024 with the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith next year? Could we be getting this too in 2024? Stay tuned for my breakdown on that. And do I have some otherworldly knowledge that an artisan Han, even on top of the sculpted Return of the Jedi Han that is up for pre-order right now, but with an artisan Chewbacca, an artisan Han is forthcoming this year? Listen, in order to suck in the knowledge, you need the coffee and the wisdom of the 13th skull. Let's suck it down, baby. Delicious. And let's dive into all of this right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at the Sixth Scale Cantina. We got a lot to get into, so let's get right into it, and let's start off with the Ben Affleck Batman. So look at it right here, this 2.0 collector edition, it's gone. It is gone, it's on the wait list. So you do have to wonder, how long before this deluxe version goes on waitlist? How long? And really, you need to look and follow the trends. And some figures take longer than others, but what I'm starting to notice, even more so this year than last year, is it's going on waitlist, whichever other version or versions are left, even quicker in 2024. And when you look at 2023 and how amazed we were with the wonder of how many Hot Toys were announced last year, over 100 last year from Hot Toys, the most ever in its history, and certainly the most ever exclusives in 2023 in history compared to the years past. But now in 2024, it seems as if there's going to be more exclusives than even 2023, and more announcements that even surpass 2023 in this year before the year is out. And look, when we think they won't come out with another Loki, when we think there's no way they're going to come out with another Spider-Man, or another Christian Bale Batman, or another Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch, or another Trooper, or some type of Mandalorian, you do have to wonder, are they done with Ben Affleck? Is this the last version of Ben Affleck Batman that we're going to see, even in 2024? And I say no. Why? Because we're getting Christian Bale Batmans up the wazoo. We're getting Iron Mans up the wazoo. We're getting this and that all over the place. And in a year where there's just not that many television shows or movies where they're going to be able to come out with a buku amount of figures, minus that Deadpool and Wolverine, which with the reported suggested cameos and heroes that could be in that, you're going to get some from there. But minus that, they're just pulling back from all these past films, all this past canon, and TV shows from the past glory, and you're getting an enormous amount of 2.0s. You're getting an amazing amount of different versions of characters. And listen, I really do think because of that, and because of the trends that we're seeing, that I've just mentioned before, in addition, when you throw in that it is the 85-year anniversary of Batman, and they already have this head sculpt, for sure, with some type of exclusive at least, okay? With some type of exclusive, limited to 300 pieces, maybe limited to 1,000 pieces, 1,500, maybe as much as 4,000 or 5,000 pieces, maybe with a full head sculpt of Ben Affleck or not, in some way, I really do think you're going to get another one up on pre-order this year. As a matter of fact, I dare say that this is going, and they full know that there will be another one up very, very shortly, whether it crosses over with this remaining deluxe version for a week or 2 weeks or several weeks as it is, or maybe several months, or it just takes its place. I really do think another Ben Affleck Batman is going to be coming to take the place of this. Look, you saw it with the Bruce Wayne armory. Let's just be honest with this and see if I can pull this up onto the screen. We had this one right here, and here it is. We had this one, go out, and another one come in right on top of it. You're seeing it right here. You've also saw it with the Emperor going to Star Wars, even with Ian McDiarmid. You saw that the Emperor was up at the same time, this Revenge of the Sith, as the Clone Wars was. The Clone Wars version was, at least for about 4 or 5 weeks, it was up all together. Let's see if I can pull this up on the screen. And here it comes. And you could see right here that the Emperor Clone Wars, which has hit the waitlist, was actually up on pre-order for almost a month at the same time that this Revenge of the Sith Emperor, now that's the Revenge of the Sith one special edition that's on the waitlist. Don't worry, the regular one up here is still on pre-order. But could they be doing this with this Ben Affleck Batman and many other figures that we're starting to see low stock remaining warnings on or have hit the waitlist? And I say yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. And here's some other news. Look at this Jack Sparrow. A low stock remaining warning already on this? What is the deal with this already having a low stock remaining warning? Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington Show. Cheers to you, baby. Smash the like button. Subscribe the first time you're watching. And smash some coffee with me, baby. Delicious. So, what about this? What about this Jack Sparrow? Look, this is what's happening with many, many figures. They're starting to hit waitlist even a little bit sooner. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, in 2024 versus 2023. There's a lot of secondary market evidence that shows that there's just not enough juice to squeeze for them to sell certain amounts of figures for every character that's out there and any caliber of character that's out there. It's just what it is right now with this volatile global economy, with these current times in culture and society, and just where we are with collectibles in general. Look, how soon before this goes out, and how soon before that Batman goes completely out, as I was just talking about the Ben Affleck Batman, I wouldn't wait too long. I'm going to be completely honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's going to be on here very much longer for this year. I think this is going to be completely out very, very soon. And if you want this figure, and if you want that Ben Affleck 2.0 figure, if you really, really want it, and you have the money, you do have the money for it, it's no object, and it's not going to stress you out, and you need this, I would pre-order it. I really, really would. I would find some way to secure it, because it's going to be very, very sought after in the secondary market. It's going to affect the prior versions. That Jack Sparrow that I just hopped up on the screen is in and of itself a 2.0 version as well. And some of these figures are starting to become instant grails. Like when I was showing in the beginning of the show with this Gal Gadot Artisan Wonder Woman, first Artisan. Is this a sign of things to come? Like this Jack Sparrow Artisan version as well. Or like figures such as the Crosshair or the Wrecker. Could they be in the same scenario? Could this Batman be in the same pool that, those figures would be? Would this be as sought after as Wrecker? With this being hard to get. Would this be in the same area, the same arena, this 2.0 Batman as the Crosshair? And I say yes. I absolutely say that yes. Look, you say what you want about Batman, but I think when it comes to Hot Toys and these 6 scale figures, just as important to collectors as Iron Man. I dare say just as important to collectors as Spider-Man. I really, really do. And they're just not going to have as many of these as Batman's in the past that they have produced. So, and you're seeing some of the prices for these figures in the secondary market. Look, I could pull up like this Wonder Woman right here, as we were talking about. I mean, this is just insanity. And let's look at a straight up auction. And the one I showed in the last show, but it goes with this breaking news on this one here. It's completely out. Okay? Look, if this guy's out of it, then a lot of other collectors are going to be out of it. And you have to wonder, does that mean that this seller right here is going to be out of the Artisan Jack Sparrow eventually? And that he's going to be out of the Artisan Scarlet Witch eventually? And that he's going to be out of the Artisan Anakin or Loki eventually? Absolutely. And what is that going to do in the secondary market? It's going to do this. It's going to do this. And really, you could get almost any figure from this seller and some sellers overseas if you look hard enough. And Some of these are just, 1,500 is a low run, ladies and gentlemen. It's a low run. Okay? And whatever this one is limited to here, let's pull up this artisan, 4,000 pieces is a low run, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely a low run. And outside of artisan, this Obi-Wan Kenobi at 2,000 pieces is a low run. And many of these figures, are they going to be where you're seeing with sellers like this be sold out eventually? And I say yes. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington Show. Cheers, baby. Look, and I want to call these super grails. These are super grails. These are selling in 2-pack territory. Forget about the animated Boba Fett. Forget about the Dark Side Anakin. Forget about the 2-pack Vader and Tarkin. Forget about, your old Arnold Schwarzenegger Hot Toys way back in the day Predator figure or some of those grails. These are surpassing those figures because of their advertised collectability instantly. Because of their rarity. Because of their very, very low supply and extremely high demand. And look, what is this doing to past versions of Wonder Woman? What are collectibles like this Jack Sparrow doing to previous versions of Jack Sparrow, like that DX06 that I, the Dark Jedi, have? Are all of them just tanking? Or are some of them actually maintaining and holding their value in the secondary market despite of that? And I will tell you that it's not all a dive like you think. It's not. Which tells me that there is some nostalgic value to the Hot Toys brand. That there is some type of magic formula with Hot Toys history that rings not only with older seasoned collectors of this, but with even new collectors of today. And you can look at some of these figures that are up, and I will bring up some of this evidence onto the screen right now for you to see and to gaze at. But when you look at some of this stuff that is up here, one that comes to mind that just absolutely blows me completely away is what's going on with the DX11 Joker. The DX11 Joker is actually holding its value even though you've got the Artisan Joker. That's been out for a little bit. And even though you got the J&D Joker. And now you've got a Hot Toys sculpted or wool-rooted hair Joker. And you can see right here from an outstanding seller, 80 feedback, and wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, 100% positive. $346. Now, this is lower than where it was before all of this. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that's still a pretty hefty price for a used DX11. And why is this happening? So that is the question right here that we need to ask ourselves. Why in the world would this not be at $100? Why wouldn't this be at $150? Why wouldn't it be $200, $225 like many other figures right now that are out there in the same boat? Why would this be fetching, with taxes and shipping and everything in there, over $400 when you can get the J and D version? When you can get the in-art version? And when you can absolutely get the Hot Toys version very, very soon, that's going to, be coming up. How does this make sense? And, is it only with this DX11? Or is it also with some other DXs as well? And as I pull this up onto the screen, this is very, very telling here. Because here is that DX06. And I do have this figure, and from another outstanding seller, with 132 feedback, and all 100% positive. Look! Selling for more than some new figures go for, at $295, used with 33 bids. Look, this was just from, as of this recording, July 7th. And yes, listing it is new, but it is open, so let's face it, we all know as collectors, this is used if it's like this, okay? But $295. Wow, not including the $27.79 in shipping. Why is this when you can get, and I have this figure, so, and I think it's one of still the best figures Hot Toys has ever put out. Like, I seriously do. I didn't think you could top the likeness of Johnny Depp. I mean, I'm looking at this figure right now. It's above me. And it is uncanny how amazing it is. I think it still holds up with whatever we think is the best head sculpt to date. Anything Hot Toys or in art. This is absolutely sick. This figure is sick. This head sculpt is unbelievable. But when I look at the prototype of the Jack Sparrow that is out there right now for the Hot Toys Artisan, the prototype looks like it just beats this. It looks like an upgrade. It looks like everything. Somehow they did it. But this is still going for $295. And how do we know which figures are going to maintain their value like this, or you're going to get retail price, or in many of these cases over the retail price of these figures, and which ones you're going to absolutely not make out with? They're just so low, and I'm seeing that with so many Grail Pretenders and other figures as well. How do we decipher within our collection what's worthless and what is priceless? And if you like what you're watching here right now, you just may want to consider joining the channel and getting ready to watch this soon to be upcoming Insiders members only exclusive video, Insider Extra, that I'm going to be putting up. And you could see right here, you see that DX06, you see that first Christopher Reeve Superman, you see Han Solo, and yes, that's the original version from A New Hope with the original Stormtrooper version head sculpt put on there. Are old Hot Toys losing value? Are they all losing value? Are some more than others? Are there a select few that are going to maintain it? And just as important, what should we do? Listen, this absolutely supports me, so if you want to go ahead and join the channel, I do appreciate your support. You see all that I put into all the research and analysis that I give you all here and of course those amazing intros and things. So I do appreciate that, and I give this back to you. All you got to do is click the join button, see everything that it comes with, and I do appreciate your support. And this is a brand new one coming right at you, and if you join, you get to watch the other brand new one I just put up with the Kit Fisto on the banner that says, "Are others coming from the crypt?" So you'll be able to check that out, plus all the other exclusive content here as well. So I do appreciate your support. But not to digress, and getting back into this show right here. Look, it's very interesting in the secondary market right now, because there are some figures that are absolutely losing value, losing big time value, and are the complete opposite of what you're seeing here, and certainly the complete antithesis of what you're seeing right here on the screen, which is the same thing right here. And look, I spoke about this last week, but if you want this Obi-Wan and you're thinking that, you know, next year that this is just going to be available like Arena Fett, I'm telling you from my analysis and all my studying, you're going to get burned. Is this, like I said last week, at actually a good price at the end of the day for this figure from where it's going to wind up being? And I say, yes, I really, really do. I don't see any scenario where this Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi with this Mandalorian armor is in any way going to fetch any less, even though it has 500 more at 2,000, than this Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. I just don't see it in any way, shape, or form. I think it's going to be right up there with her, even though it's not artisan. It's a Star Wars exclusive piece, 2,000 limited to. It's Ewan McGregor. They're probably not going to do this particular version of him in this particular Mandalorian armor again anytime soon in any of the years to come. It's going to retain its value. It is absolutely an instant grail. Do I see this perhaps going for 400 or so once they start getting them shipped here in the States? Sure. And then it's going to go away once you start seeing this from sellers like this overseas being sold out of it. And when you can't get it at your local comic shop. And when people get this Gal Gadot in their hands, they don't want to sell it like I don't. And some other channel creators that have secured this figure that I know, and sometimes do some work with here on their live shows and vice versa, they don't want to part with it either. And is it possible that there is going to be the same scenario that once the dust settles and everybody trying to capitalize this is done, and everybody gets this, that they're not going to want to part with this limited 2,000 piece Obi-Wan Kenobi from their collection? I say yes. This is a hyper grail. I think it's going to be up near $1,000 at the end of the day. And it does greatly affect some figures like the past Revenge of the Sith Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi. And again, if you want my thoughts on where that's going and this, go ahead and join the channel and check this show out. We're going to talk about if that's going to be one of the worthless ones, if that's going to hold its value, or if that one's going to be a priceless one for sure. So, hey, did you smash that like button yet? And if this is the first time you're watching, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for sure. So, you know, as we're talking about a lot of these things in a secondary market and figures that are on waitlist, there's another very important figure that is also about to go out and hit the waitlist. And I'm going to pull that up onto the screen right now for you as we're continuing with this episode. And that is this right here. And this fantastic Peter Parker black suit special edition from Spider-Man 2. And you could see that this special edition version now has a low stock remaining warning. And guess what? The collector edition has a low stock remaining warning as well. So look, this is Spider-Man in this black suit. We know what happened with the other Spider-Man with the Tobey Maguire head sculpt anyway, just last week. That's gone. All versions of that is gone. And, I can pull this up onto the screen. So, you can take a look at it here. And you can see this. And look, that's almost gone. That's almost gone. If you scroll down a little bit, you see all those versions of Spider-Man, the black suit with the Tobey Maguire head sculpt. Waitlist open, waitlist open, waitlist open. So, is it possible that the same thing that happened with this Tobey Maguire head sculpt is going to happen with this head sculptless Peter Parker black suit one? Of course. They're all going, ladies and gentlemen. They are all going. And it's so funny when you look at this up on the screen. This is like, where did all these figures come from? The Droideka, Fives, Echo, Wolverine, that new Iron Man. Seems like there's one every week. Where's the new Christian Bale? That's already passé. Wow, that's where is that? Where's the new The Mandalorian? Still stays up high. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. With the Mandalorian figures. Wow. Darth Maul already down. Kid Fisto already down. Darth Revan down. Christian Bale Batman. On the new armory. Maybe they'll give you another one on top of that once that goes. The Emperor. Unbelievable. I mean, this is just... Black Manta is gone. How long before this Han Solo goes? I'm telling you right now, this Han Solo, yellow alert on Han Solo you're seeing on the screen right here. Don't think you're going to have till Christmas to put your pre-order down. And I can tell you this will be... Look, I always tell you to join the wait list because they've always been converting. Except for some new data that shows that they're not converting. Not only for me, which they're not, but for other collectors I'm hearing as well, from my comments, that it's not converting. I mean, these numbers are very, very low, and some of us collectors that are buying these right now, some of them are following through on their NRDs and like, I don't want, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it, and... There's not a whole lot out there, ladies and gentlemen. You can join the wait list, but I can't say anymore. It's guaranteed it's going to convert for you. Because for some people, it's not. And I can tell you, I'm a little surprised right now. Quite a few for me are not. Some are, and some haven't lately. I will just tell you. And it's crazy. This Loki here, this God Loki... Is he going to be easy to get? No. Is Han Solo going to be easy to get? No. This Joker going to be easy to get? No. This Emperor, I don't think this Emperor, I don't think is going to be up here long. I don't think this Darth Revan's going to be up here long. I certainly don't think these Darth Mauls are going to be up here very long for sure. You're already seeing the Sparrow disappear. You're already starting to see that this Batman was just announced, right at Christmas, right New Year's, right there at New Year. It's gone. Spider-Man is going. There's no reason to keep Revan up there. I mean, I love Revan, but if you ask people who do you know more about, Darth Revan or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, they're going to tell you Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but he's gone. He's gone. I mean, past arguments about how popular a character is doesn't have any rhyme or reason anymore with this stuff. It just simply doesn't. And And I hear a lot of channel creators say, in comments that, hey, Hot Toys doesn't make any sense. And, I don't know if I agree with that. It makes perfect sense to me that they're just not producing that many. And I've been saying that I thought they were going to do this for a few years. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. They're just not. So that makes sense. If you're trying to look at it from characters and they're coming out with why aren't they coming out with characters? They put out the past characters in years past, and now you're trying to fill up collections, and it's hard for collectors. Look, they're putting out anything that they can that they have a head sculpt and a license for, and it doesn't really matter if they came out with figures from the past. To be quite honest with you, all those figures they came out with in the past, unless there's a major licensing issue with that company or with that actor or actress, they're going to come out with them again anyway. They're 2.0ing everything. So collectors aren't in bad shape. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play devil's advocate to that argument. They're going to be in good shape if they just have patience and wait for the new version, if that's what they really want. You won't have to get the old version. It's like everybody looking for those old Star Wars, the Alec Guinness one, the Peter Cushing one from A New Hope, and the Bun, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, and the Harrison Ford one, and the Luke Farmboy one. Oh, they go for buku bucks and the Chewbacca one. Well, I can tell you right now, you heard here at Sixth Scale Cantina, they're going to 2.0 every single one of those. You're going to get rolling eyes function. They're going to be far superior to the old versions. And again, tune into my Insider's exclusive. Does that mean that the original Leia is going to tank? Be worth $100 like Captain Marvel? You're not going to want to miss that. Okay? But again, look, they're going to come out with all of those. So they could go ahead and put out, a New Hope figure. And don't worry that, it's going to be so hard to get all the other New Hope figures. It won't be so hard. Don't worry. Have some patience. They're going to come out with all of them again. And even the 2.0s. You can have patience on those because they're going to 3.0 those, baby. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington show. Truth speak, baby. It's what's happening. It's what's happening. It's like with this Bo-Katan. This Bo-Katan you're seeing right here. Look, you're going to be getting the artisan version of this very, very shortly. You absolutely 100% are. So, is that going to affect this one? Yes, because it's going to be far superior. A matter of fact, they even advertise it right here with the IG-12. This was not a coincidence. And they already have Katie Sackhoff's head sculpt. And when they're coming out with figures that are just not as superior, that are just not going to sell at the magnitude of this, like the Gore figure from Love and Thunder. Okay? Like the third sister from the Obi-Wan series. Like some of these other figures. Just say whatever you want about Katie Sackhoff. Those figures are just not going to sell as much as Bo-Katan from the Clone Wars. As much as this from The Mandalorian. As much as this figure. This figure easily, like the Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, even though there's 10,832 Scarlet Witches out there from Hot Toys, they sold out of what is that exclusive to? 2,000, 2,500 pieces in 30 minutes. Is it possible the same thing would happen with Bo-Katan? And I say absolutely. And this is coming because this is money, and they already got the head sculpt. Why not do it? And honestly, I don't need many versions of Bo-Katan. I don't need the Mandalorian Season 2 one versus the Mandalorian Season 3 one. If I have to choose between them both, I'll take this one. Because I want the best version of this character that I can get. And sure, she'll be in the movie, and do I think they'll come up with another one there? Yeah, and will I probably buy that? Sure. I don't think there's much of a differential between her from Season 2 to Season 3, besides the hair. And I would definitely buy this for the hair. But ladies and gentlemen, this is coming, baby. This is coming. As is this. Let's talk about Table 3. Look, before I get into this, if you want to spill some coffee with the Dark Jedi and reserve your table at table 66, the most dangerous table at the Sixth Scale Cantina, or perhaps reserve your seat at table 3 with Grievous right here, or perhaps stay at the coldest table, table 44, with Han and Tauntaun and some others. You have to wonder, are you going to be able to do that this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, this Tuesday, July 9th at 7 p.m.? And I say, Mick, yes. Look, I'm going to go live again this month. Had a great reception the last time I went live. And I'm going to do it again. And you're going to get this show right here, the Aries Character Show, live. And you're going to get the waitlist update live. And listen, this is an opportunity for all of you to come on with me. And it'll just be me on the show with all of you. And this is an opportunity where you can ask Aries anything. Hey, Aries, what about this on a wait list? What's your thought? Aries, what about this price? Is this going to go up or down? Aries, should I buy this? Aries, do you think they're going to come out with this? Aries, with your anything you want to ask, I'll be able to go ahead and address it with you that night. I take it back. There may be a guest or two that pop in and out or are with me. You'll just have to stay tuned and tune in to this to see. But look, we're going to be diving into, is there going to be a ripple effect? Is this artisan Joker sculpted about to go out? Is this artisan Elizabeth Olsen sculpted about to go out? Is Revan about to go out? Or all the Ahsoka series figures going to be gone and a whole new set of figures for Star Wars about to go up that are going to snowball with this Echo and this Fives? Are we going to be getting Wolf? Are we going to be getting Ventress? Are we going to be getting Opress? Are we going to be getting a Yoda and a Dooku and a Vader? Is there something that Dark Jedi knows from all this Clone Wars stuff? Listen, baby, are you going to get more exclusives? Is that Obi-Wan the only thing? Are we going to be getting another Anakin from the Clone Wars that is similar to that Obi-Wan? Are we going to be getting an Ahsoka? Oh, I mean, from there. Listen, you are absolutely... Are we going to be getting Plo Koon? That can go right with that Kit Fisto. You are not going to want to miss this episode. And look, live, we're going to dive into this Luke. That looks like an artisan Luke. And we're going to talk about... We're going to place bets on are they going to do an artisan Luke from The Mandalorian with a Grogu. And they're going to limit it to 2,000 pieces or 1,500 pieces. Would it sell anywhere near as much as the Gal Gadot 1,500 Wonder Woman that we're seeing? Do they smell what the secondary market is cooking? Tune in. Tune in this Tuesday. I'll be there, baby. I'll have coffee. I'll have wizard juice. We'll have the constellations in the juice. We'll suck down the knowledge. And what about Grievous? Will you be at table 3? Is this coming? And I say yes. This is already done, people. They've already got this die-cast version coming out, or some die-cast parts. This is going to be absolutely unbelievable. This is going to be a must-have for a lot of Hot Toys collectors. And they're not just going to give you a Revenge of the Sith version. They're also going to give you a Clone Wars version. They can give you multiple versions of this General Grievous figure, just like they're giving you multiple versions of the C-3PO mold, and they already did of the KX Enforcer droid. that whole Rogue One droid as well. They're not just going to go ahead and R&D this and have one version. It's just not going to happen, which opens the door for this to come out this year to go right along with the baddie Revenge of the Sith Emperor that you got going right there. And we're going to talk about this even more on Tuesday night. And listen, I'm bringing Han up over here. Look, the wizard juice, the wizard vibes, the hair is standing up from my pores. This is coming. This is 100% coming. You're going to have an artisan Han Solo for sure. Will it be from the Return of the Jedi? Or will it be from The Empire Strikes Back? Or will it be from A New Hope? Are you also going to get one from The Force Awakens or The Rise of Skywalker? Would they do that? Would they do that with Luke? Would they? We already know we're going to get a ton of Lukes. Probably artisan from A New Hope. Probably an artisan from The Empire Strikes Back. Definitely an artisan from Return of the Jedi. Absolutely an artisan from The Mandalorian. Shoot, they gave you one that hardly anybody really knows about, even if they tell you they knew about it. The Dark Empire. Okay? But they're certainly going to give you those. A little bit more well-known. And when they could do it in limited quantities, they'll use that head sculpt from the Dark Empire Luke. And they will find a way to produce 20,000 of those. Just with different variations of this, for sure. Look, baby. It's just smart business. And 1,000% what they're going to do. And they're going to do it with Han. And I can't wait for Tuesday night because, quite honestly, ladies and gentlemen, we get to hang out a little bit. And I'll go live. Make sure you hit that bell notification. And, yeah, this has been a fun show. This has been a fun show. Listen, I don't always spill my coffee. But when I do, baby, I do it right here at the Sixth Scale Cantina. See you Tuesday at 7 p.m. and stay thirsty, baby.